discussion will be how we can interact together and for a collaborative way to help the tea industry as well as in the forest industry.
And this TN Holdings are the director as secretary. In fact, we are jointly organizing along with the Economic Development Board for this proposal.
Thank you and good morning to everybody. I'm very thankful to everybody, including RFRI, for holding this first technical workshop on quality planting material. We have stakeholders from wood-based industries, from farmer producer organizations, NGOs, scientists, forest department, agriculture. So for us, the key idea of this workshop is to understand what are the requirements in the field, what would the farmers need, and how we all as departments, as scientists, as research institutions can help out. I'm Chief Conservator of Forest for Research Education in Assam, and I'm also holding the charge of CEO, Assam Agroforestry Development. Thank you.
A very good morning to all. My name is Dr. Tarun Khan. I'm a scientist of a sister organization, Sister Institute of RFRI, and I come from Arid Forest Research Institute, AFRI, Jodhpur. So it's a very, it's the other extreme of ecosystem. Here it is rainforest, and I come from the desert area. So my area of working in my area of research is basically forest biotechnology and molecular genetics. And I today will be talking about some aspects of some advanced ways how we can improve the quality planting material further using biotechnology tools. And some case studies I'll be discussing about our own experiences I'll be sharing. Thank you very much.
Good morning to all. Myself, Rajit Kumar Kalita. I'm a scientist and head extension division of this institute.
Morning to all. I am Imran Rao. I belong to the 2000 batch of this technical in RFRI. And what I will be looking from this workshop is like how the department, the scientific community, and the stakeholders can come together and come up with a plan to make a difference when it comes to the issue of plantation and treatment.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Sanjita Datta, My expectation from this workshop is how we transfer the technology from the lab to the field, based from the scientific research person to the non-scientific practical people, and so that your problems and issues in this regards are addressed. So that is my expectation. Thank you.
My name is Preeti Darshan. I'm Deputy Conservator of Forest Research and Education Circle, and also additional duty in the Assam Agroforestry Development Board.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Srijan Pabe from Natural Panel, Margaret.
Good morning, everyone. Maxim Gatani, specialist, Gatani industry. Good
morning, everyone. This is Madhuraj Datta from Society Estate Deputy Manager. My aim is to know how we could introduce this into the tea industry as a whole and in tea companies. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. I'm Vikas Joshi. I'm the General Manager in a tea garden close to Bogagar. My interest for this program is basically to find out if we can plant some trees which are not of use to humans but would help in mitigating the climate change.
Morning, everyone. I'm Naiju D'Souza, Manager of Ambudi Tea Estate. I'm looking into the prospects of agroforestry in our vacant areas. We need to have a predator build-up for pests in the garden. So, what trees would be suitable for that? Creating a bird sanctuary in and around the tea garden areas, and basically improve the microclimate in the tea garden areas.
Namaskar, myself Midul Kumar Medi. I'm representing a FPC Pharma Producer Company here Guwahati. So my expectation to know about quality planting materials.
Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Rupam Sharma. I am from WWF India, and we work for conservation of large animals and their habitat. From this workshop, I am looking forward to learn more about the quality planting method. Good morning, everyone. I am Manoj Thakur, Annual TSK, and looking forward for this training program. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm P.D. Chaudhary from Shinawati. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sri Anand Soika. I'm from Sister Prestige Division.
Good morning. My name is Sri Vijayaraghavan President from Sister Prestige.
Good morning to all. Myself, Diganta Setia, First Ranger, Populi Lupis, Block.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Simanta Gogoi from the Washington Office, July.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nanda Sharma. I'm the state coordinator for Tree Outside Forest in India. I'm looking for this workshop. Actually, the quality planting method is showed in the state. It's a very good workshop. We'll be taking us to the quality planting method, how it can be applied. Like we are doing the Tree Outside Forest in India. We are also trying for upgrading the quality planting method in the state. Various branches. We are also working with Assam Agroforestry Development Board jointly. And I request all the members also to collaborate with Tree Outside Forest in India for taking up plantation sites.
Morning, everyone. I am Arjun P. Parvai from Amalgam Plantations Enterprise. Basically, my expectation from this workshop, I want to learn from the learned members because we are operating in totally climatic zones. Basically, which trees are suitable for our lower Assam, middle Assam, and upper Assam. Very important because some trees don't grow well in some areas. So I would learn request the learned members to some light in this because we are doing some planting in the marginal areas to improve the microclimate as well as some water reservation conservation projects. So that is my expectation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Sujit Shah from Anabam.
Morning, everyone. Myself, Sitanshu Azurika, Manager of Samtic Corporation. My background is agriculture. And participating in this workshop to learn about the quality planting materials and its compatibility to our this vision and improvement of microclimate. Thank you.
Okay. For special point.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Krishna Kumar Dutta. You have social security. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ujjwal Gaurani. Working plan office.
Morning, all of you. I am Majesh Kumar Singh, and this is Agriculture and Forest Management Division in Aradhana.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing your expectation about this particular training program. So, as I could see that from different stakeholders, your expectation itself justifies the theme for today's training technical workshop on quality planting material. The availability of the QPMs is certainly the need of the hour in the sector of forestry, agriculture, horticulture, and as well as the tea estates. So with these words, may I now request our respected Director ICFRI RFRI to kindly deliver his welcome address.
Respected CEO, Assam Agricultural Development Board of Personality. Dr. E. Babu, Director of Dr. K. Sharma, Chief Economist, Assam Agricultural University. Dr. Rudy Khan, Tea and Good Country Research on AFRI, Senior Forest Officials of Assam Forest Department and esteemed participants. A very good morning to you all. I'm truly delighted to welcome you to this one-day workshop on quality planting material, a collaborative effort between the Assam Agricultural Development Board, ICFRI, RFRI, and Jordan. It is heartening to see such a diverse gathering of participants, including the farmers, representatives of wood-based industries, tea industries, play a pivotal role in the conservation and sustainable development of our forests. Today, we have come together with a shared purpose to explore the crucial topic of quality planting material, which forms the cornerstone of our efforts towards a cleaner and healthier environment. This workshop holds special significance as it aims to equip our farmers and industry stakeholders with the knowledge and tools they need to make informed decisions in their practices. The ICFRI RFRI Jordan takes immense pleasure in its commitment to advancing scientific research and fostering practical solutions for our forest. Our collaboration with Assam Forest Department underscores the importance of a collective approach to addressing the challenges we face. Through this workshop, we hope to empower you with insights into the best practices in quality planting material production. As farmers and representatives of these industries, your role in maintaining the delicate balance between economic growth and environmental well-being cannot be overstated. The planting material use directly impacts the health and vitality of our forest and the sustainability of food resources. Today's discussions and interaction will center around practical strategies that you can implement in your respective fields, leading to a positive ripple effect on our ecosystem. I encourage each one of you to actively engage, share your experience, and take full advantage of the knowledge sharing opportunities that this workshop presents. The success of this endeavor lies not only in the insights we gather, but in the tangible actions we take back to our communities. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Assam Forest Department for their unwavering support and to our esteemed speakers who have generously lent their expertise to this cause. Let us make this most of the day engaging in meaningful conversations, fostering new connections, and collectively paving the way for a cleaner and more sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words to this forum. May I now request our respected director, sir, to kindly felicitate the chief guest for today's event, Dr. Sonali Ghosh, CEO, Assam Agroforestry Development Board, with the traditional Kulam Gamosa. May I again request our director, sir, to kindly felicitate Dr. A. Babu, Director, Supply Tea Research Institute. So may you please felicitate Dr. K. Sharma, Chief Agronomist, AU Jorhat. Sir, I request you to kindly welcome Dr. Tarun Khan, Scientist G and Group Coordinator Research, ICFRI, Arid Forest Research Institute, Jodhpur. So I kindly request you to felicitate Sri Nanda Kumar, IFS, Divisional Forest Officer, Jorhat. May I now request our organizing secretary, Dr. R.T. Kalita, to kindly felicitate Mrs. Samrita Datta, AFS DCF Working Plan Officer, Upper Assam Circle, Guwahati. May I again request Dr. Ati Takita to felicitate Madam Preeti Borgohain, AFS DCF RME Circle. May I now request Sri Imotensu Out, Head of SFM Division, to kindly felicitate Sri Vinod Bihari Singha, ACF Gujarat Forest Division. May I again request Sri Artikalita sir to kindly felicitate Dr. Manish Kumar, scientist IFRI, who is also the research person for this event.
In fact, Dr. Manish is going to be a very resource person. We have to catch hold of him, stick to him, because he's going to show us the clones today. So, you know, I request all the participants that just stick to him today. If all the felicitations are over, what I'll do is I wanted to gift a book to Director RFRA.
May I request respected director sir to kindly felicitate Dr.
Anupam Sharma, WW. Yeah. And Mr. Diganto Bora, who's the TOEFL State Coordinator for the USID MOE program. That's Anupam Sharma.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, we can start, I think.
May I now request Dr. Sonali Ghosh, the chief guest for today's meeting, to kindly deliver her plenary speech.
Is it okay to speak from here, Tarun, or what is the way? Because it goes on the YouTube as well. So what do you suggest?
Present?
Yes.
Okay, I think so it's better.
Better from there. Okay, so should I start from here? Can somebody just move the slides for me? Yeah, thank you so much to everybody. I think we've come to the main aspect of the program, and the reason why we wanted to do this program is that Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, Sir had reviewed the Agroforestry Board functioning on 7th of July, and he was very, very interested to understand that why in Assam, our gaon manu, our kheti kora manu farmers, why don't they put trees on their boundaries? Right? So he was asking this fundamental question that in Assam, the villagers, the people, why is it that they don't like to have boundaries with trees, right? So he was trying to understand this, and the first thing he said, suggested to the Agro Board is that apna loke at a technical workshop, he said that get all the people, get all the stakeholders and understand that what are the requirements, because we all know, we are all from Assam and we know that trees, you know, here if we protect, anything will grow, right? If you throw a seed in the soil, it is going to grow as long as we are able to protect. But then to make tree outside forest or to make agroforestry a success, we need the community support. We need to understand that what the communities need. And when I say communities, we have to expand this to include tea gardens. We have to expand this to include, the farmer producer organizations, our own joint forest management committees, everybody. So this is the background, and that's the reason why we are all sitting here today in the hub of research. I'm amazed that Jorhat has so many wonderful research organizations. We are sitting with RFRI. We have with us Amit sir, Director of Toklai Research Center. Thank you, sir, for coming in. And so we have the right mix in terms of the research and the hand-holding which is required to make agroforestry a popular thing in Assam. But this can only happen with the support of you all. Next, please. So I'm just going to give a very quick, overview of what are we looking at. So you will keep hearing these terms a lot: agroforestry and tree outside forest systems. Like we have with us Mr. Diganta Bora, and I think we will request him to speak a few words about his program. So Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, with collaboration with USAID, they have started this TOFI program in India, and Assam is one of these states which they are hand-holding. So tree outside forest is what we loosely define as any tree which is growing outside recorded forest area. So we have like DFOs here, we have, ACFs and range officers. If we are managing a reserve forest, that's a forest. But anything outside it, for example, a homestead, a bari forest, or for that matter, a plantation, a private plantation, they would be under the tree outside forest definition, including the tea gardens, which has a forest cover of shade trees. So tree outside forest, and under that umbrella, we have agroforestry. Any tree species which we can combine with annual crops of agriculture with intercropping in it can become an agroforestry model. That is my understanding. And agroforestry as a science is highly evolved. So there are more than 47 different types of agroforestry systems that we are aware of. Agriculture University, we have sir with us who will be speaking about this. So that itself is a science in itself. And then we have now forest species, the tree species, and we have to understand how we can, combine them. Next, please. So why do we want to do this? I think the simple answer is that we want to reduce our import, load of the timber requirement in the country. So right now, India is a net importer of, of timber, of wood. We all need furniture. We are all sitting on, chairs or some things which are made of wood. But we are not able to meet that requirement. That is the number one requirement. Number two is we want to also double the farmer's income. As the Honorable Prime Minister's vision, that how do we have agricultural land and we, double the farmer's income in some manner. And of course, we have our added benefits. Next, please. So there are some studies. For example, there is this organization called ITTO, International Timber Trade Organization. So they have, done some studies, and what we have understood is that the tree outside forest cover, although it is not significant right now, but it has a lot of potential to fuel into the timber demand. In Assam, for example, I think we have 8,000 square kilometers, which is 1/3 of the total forest cover in Assam, which is tree outside forest cover. So there is a lot of potential because this is where the actual production timber can come from. Next, please. And this is again another sort of a analysis which the people have done, and globally they have found out that India is the 4th largest consumer and 5th largest producer of furniture in the world. So how do we make this, we fill this gap? There are studies, RFRI is doing some ongoing studies, and we have wood-based industries, we have Mr. Gatani here and others who are here. So, they have been constantly telling us that demand is 14.5 lakh cubic meter, whereas we are only able to give them, I think, half of it, less than half of it. So they are under supplied. Gatani Sahab, is that correct? If I'm correct, or is that, are you having half of the material right now?
In Assam, we are below 50%.
Okay, below 50%.
Overall, if you're talking about whole of the country, then it's 50% is okay.
So this is how, you know, the demand and supply gap is. And it's a simple logic. We flood the market with production timber, with, you know, good quality timber, that people don't look into our natural forest. That is the logic. And that's why we need to have trees growing outside our forest areas, recorded forest areas. Next, please. And, you know, so there are a lot of initiatives. People have done macro level studies. We know that furniture hub could drive Assam. You know, we could become the furniture hub of the country. And Nanda is here with us. He will tell us that there is this Supreme Court ruling and ban. We cannot take out raw timber out of Assam, right? We can take out finished product, but we cannot. And the reason is, it's obvious, because we don't want any sort of a pressure on our natural forest. So that is the reason why we need to have a finished product. And that's where we have Dr. Anupam Sharma with us, who works with WWF. And there is something called Forest Certification Standards. If you all have heard of IKEA, which is a leading furniture industry, right? They have set up, I think, 2 places in India, at least in Hyderabad. They have something called FSC wood stamp. So which means that any wood which they use, they have said it has to be from sustainably managed forest. It cannot come out of natural forest. So these kind of standards which WWF is working with, we have to come up with that. Next, please. And the whole aspect, yesterday we had this regional science congress at RFRI, and here the topic for discussion was climate change and how, you know, we can look at it. So what do the farmers get? What do the CSR, what do the tea companies get? Is the carbon credits in the voluntary market. Right now in India, we have 2 types of carbon credit markets. One is the voluntary one, and the other is the regulatory one. The regulatory one is applicable, let's say, to vehicles, to, you know, oil companies and so on, and it does not have trees. You know, it does not have nature-based solutions in it. Whereas the voluntary carbon market includes trees and nature-based solutions. So there is a tremendous scope of potential to tap into it. Next, please. So this is what we need. We are looking at agarwood. We are again sitting in a place. I again request all the, you know, important stakeholders, participants today. RFRI has developed its own technology on agarwood inoculation, and they also take up trainings. So agarwood, which is again a major industry in Assam, what could be done is something that we would like to understand and promote. Next, please. And this, I think, many of us are familiar with. I learned it when I came and joined. That Assam is amazing in terms of its traditional agroforestry systems. You know, this was traditionally practiced for centuries now. And Amarjito Bari concept amigo, right? So there are at least more than 15, 16 types of buddies. Hakuni Bari, Fuloni Bari, you know, all that. I came to know that these are traditional agroforestry systems which anyway people of Assam are doing. They are doing in Northeast and in Kerala, interestingly. And there are enough studies to understand and say that, you know, these systems are very good in terms of overall protection of biodiversity and also for agroforestry. Next, please. Yes, so for example, these traditional agroforestry systems, you know, it would be nice to tap into it, understand that how, you know, they help in canopy connectivity, how do they help in corridor connectivity, and so on. Next, please. And this is again Assam Agricultural University. We will hear Dr. Sharma sir again, you know, in detail about this. So they have also come up with economic valuation. Amar farmer ki pabo, you know, what would be if they plant agaru and turmeric. Halodi aru turmeric agarbotu lagale ki eta mane income extra hobo. That kind of information has been worked out. It's that now we will have to also include more of our agroforestry tree species. Next, please. Yes. So, recent initiatives, as I was trying to tell yesterday as well, that we have in Assam, we have been one of the pioneering states to amend 2 rules after 22 years. So, the tree outside forest rules and the wood-based industry rules has been amended after 22 years. A landmark, initiative by the Honorable Chief Minister, sir, and the government that we need to promote agroforestry. Next, please. And this is what is happening ongoing, Amrit Brikho Andolan. I am hoping and requesting everybody to kindly participate in this. This is driven by our Honorable Chief Minister, sir, when he is saying that let us give 2 plants per women group, women self-help groups, and which is going to be commercially tree species, not any other species, but commercially important tree species, which they can take care of. So this is the Amrit Brikho Andolan, which has been started. Next, please. And this is how it will roll out. There is already, a mobile app which has been developed. I'll be sharing this presentation with all of you. So please, log in, try to register yourselves. We have, we are trying to understand, and we will be trying to create a Guinness record with 1 crore commercial tree species planting. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah, so these are the species, because what will be of interest to the wood-based industry people, to the farmers will be, oh, ami eta gosh logalu, kali etu kati bolo eki department to jabo lagi hoki, na lage. So these are the 57 odd species, including saved species, which are now exempted. So you can plant them, you can cut them, you can transport them. We encourage you all to register, get your block plantations done. But let's say if you have a species of kodam, if you have species of semu, which you have grown for your own bona fide use, you can take it. And I'm assuming that, is that correct? Right? That's how we are looking at the new rules. Similarly, we have the wood-based industry rules, which is again a monumental change. Agar wood industries are now part of our wood-based industries. We have primary wood industry, secondary. There is a WBI portal, an app, I think, which has been developed. So, a lot of, in terms of transparency, in terms of ease of doing business, has been identified. Next, please. Yeah, so these are the species. Next, please. Okay, so these are some of the slides from our additional PCCF, sir, Mr. Vijayka, sir. So I borrowed it from him because this is basically telling about what is this new rule, this Assam tree outside forest rule. Next, please. Right. So as I said, the last rules framed were in 2002, and now we have the new rule after 20 years, where we are primarily looking at conservation of natural resources, increase in green cover, and so on, and supply of raw material to wood-based industries. Next, please. Right. Next, please. Okay. So here we are saying that if you have an area which is a plantation area more than 0.1 hectare, only then it will be defined as a plantation. And as such, there is no control, there is no regulation. As long as your area of plantation is outside the 5-kilometer boundary of a reserve forest, then there is no control, and there you can plant and you can, cut your tree. And there are simplification of the procedures. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah, so just keep moving. As I have already said, that it's a very simplified rule, and it also says encourages self-certification. It also says that what all species and where they are and what kind of regulations or registrations you will have to do. Next, please. Yeah, so just keep moving then, because I'll be sharing these slides with all of you and you can have a look at it. Yeah. just here. So what are the challenges? As I was mentioning, that the most important challenge for agroforestry will be availability of quality planting material. You know, and we are all sitting today. If we want to plant, let's say, the clonal variety of Padam, 5 lakhs, we do not have that production in our state. We have to get it from outside. If we have to do, let's say, a fast-growing Melina, Gomari species, we do not have adequate numbers. We may have research, we may have this, but we need to now understand that we have to standardize our nurseries and get these, the quality planting material, which is fast-growing, which is certified, and which can be planted. We also need to have a buyback mechanism. You know, we have wood-based industries, we have farmers. Farmers will want a buyback. They will want to understand, okay, if I'm growing it today, after 10 years, what is the return that I'm getting? So for that, there has to be some sort of a tie-up. We need to create awareness. And of course, the most important is that we have to have certification, standardization, and ITL MNE procedures. Thank you. I think that's the last slide. Next, please. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing the information regarding the importance of agroforestry models and POFs in Assam and how important it is regarding the availability of NPM from verified sources. So I thank you a lot for this. So moving next, may I now request our organizing secretary for today's technical workshop, Sri R.K. Kalita sir, to kindly brief the participants with the agenda of today's training program.
Yeah. Already this training schedule, that workshop schedule has been circulated to you all. I think you might have got it after in a brief inaugural session. We'll be breaking for tea, also the group photo. After that, we'll assemble here again to listen to Dr. Retired Scientist, Chief Economist from Assam Agricultural University, Dr. K.K. Sharma, on agroforestry scenario of Assam. It will be followed by the presentation by Dr. A. Babu, Director, Tuklai Research Institute, Jorat. Then from 11:30, we'll be having a session on concept of quality planting material and its significance by Dr. Satyam Bordole. That will be delivered virtually because there is some health issues. After that, the basic concept of seed technology in relation to quality planting material, it will be delivered physically by Vishwanath Sharma. Then from 12:30, that R.K. Bora will deliver on research activities because since many of the people, I think, will be visiting this institute for the first time, so it is our duty to what RFRI is working on different aspects, and then will be apprised about this research activities of this institute with regard to quality planting material by the R.K. Bora, the director of this institute. Then the invited speaker from our sister organization, Dr. Tarun Kant, he will be speaking on recent advances in quality planting material. These are the sessions till lunch. Then post-lunch session will be delivered by Dr. Karma Bhutia on concept of nursery techniques in the in case of quality planting material. Then our scientist from Assam Agricultural University, Dr. Bhavesh Gogoi, he will be dealing about the soil aspects of quality planting material, the nutrient management, because it is one of the most important aspects of this production of quality planting material. Then Mr. Motiu Rahman from DFO Social Forestry Department will be speaking about the forest department nurseries, potential and challenges. Because whatever we do, forest departments are the most important clients. Whatever research and conducted in terms of works of the institute, we have to reach to the people particularly through the forest departments. So we will be speaking about various issues related to the forest nurseries. Then at the end, there will be one field demonstration of rural propagation and commercially important tree species by our colleague Manish Singh for that with both company. So this is in nutshell about this schedule. So we expect that everybody will participate and we'll hope that your expectations will be satisfied for this presentation. Thank you.
So much, sir. With this, we come to the conclusion of the inaugural session for the technical workshop. So now we shall break for group photo and high tea. But before we go for the high tea, I would share a brief information regarding the publications of RFRI, which are now put for sale and display just in front of the entrance. And a list and copy of this publication has been provided to all the participants. So all the interested participants may write the number of copies required in the blank column in that particular form and provide for names and address on the slip attached with this list. So with this, we shall now take for the high tea and group photo. Thank you so much.